Oh, I wanted to show you today some real good fun that I've been having with some deck pairings. I've been looking at all the decks that I bought out on my autumn trolley. So decks for autumn, decks for Halloween, those sort of decks. This being one of them, the Raven's Prophecy. And I've kind of been trying to find tarot and oracle that will work together, and I've got some piles on the floor. I've had so much fun just playing with pairings. For me, I think playing with pairings is just one of the most fun things ever. It's one of my favourite things to do with my tarot and oracle collection. So in here we have the Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle by Terry Foss and Sasha Foss Robinson. This is the original first edition. I wanted to see what decks I could find to go with this oracle, and I found a few, so we're going to start with that. I just thought these two went together really nicely. It's kind of like this speckliness to this art, which sometimes shows up in this deck, and there is like a hue of orange. Here we go, you can see it here, that shows up in this deck that matches this deck. I think aesthetically these go together beautifully. Thematically this deck feels very autumnal. It feels like a cold dark autumn night, exactly the same as this oracle feels. Look, you can see, oh, I love that trowel and the pot. I love that so much, and I just think they go so nicely together. I still stand by the fact that this is such an unusual Empress card. Really makes me want to reread all the books that the Raven's Prophecy is from. And look, you can see like the orange dots, and there are orange dots throughout the artwork here. There's like a similar textural artwork thing going on in these decks, and I think it's just really special. I can't wait to work with these two together. Love the vibe of them. I also thought this is the deck whose name, I know it's not, I think Renee said she can never remember the name of the deck either. Intuitive Dream Tarot, there we go. It was there all the time. I think these two as well got a nice feel about them too. What do you think? I just put them together and thought, oh yeah, those look fantastic together. Look at this. I think it might be colour palette for one, and again that kind of strange, incredibly witchy sort of magic ritual feel. You feel like you're in the middle of something special, some sort of ritual going on, and I just loved it. I thought that they worked really well together. Again, another two that I'm really excited to pair. I mean, look at that. It's just so good together. I thought the Beautiful Creatures Tarot, these are the backs. Did I show you the backs of these? That's the back on those. Yeah, so look at this. I think this looks gorgeous too. In fact, it really does, doesn't it? There's something about the purple hues throughout this. Yeah, so I really like this combination a lot. It looks like these characters literally live in this house, doesn't it? It's a very Samhain, definite autumn feel about these two paired, and I think the characters and the settings really play off one another. So I'm loving these two together. Very witchy vibes, just perfect. Woodland Wardens, I really want to work with this through autumn as well. I mean, look at the backs, you can tell that it's just a perfect autumn deck, and the colours, the colour palette is just, it's perfect, absolutely perfect. And I have found, I think, a couple of tarot that I think will work nicely with this. The first being the Hush Tarot. I think they have kind of similar vibes, to be honest. or if not vibes, definitely similar colour palettes that I think could work really, really well. This is slightly more dead than the Oracle, if you know what I mean. This feels more like death, this feels more like the living, but it still feels like we're within a similar season. And I think they look pretty darn gorgeous together. So aesthetically, I'm really, really excited to give these two a go. Now, the other tarot that I want to try with the Woodland Wardens is the Black Lily. You can see again, the colour palette is just beautiful together. Definitely excited to put these together just to see what happens. So we've got the muted colours, we've got some animals in here as well that are around. Look, there are animals in the background. In fact, a lot of the cards in the Black Lily have different animals on. Look, we've got the horse there, so we've got that synchronicity that we can work with as well. I just think that's really, really interesting to see that, how that would work from one to the other. Look, you can see a lot of these have animals either in the background or somewhere. Look at that mirroring the cockerel there, that's incredible. I love that. So already I'm seeing synchronicities, which is something that I look for when I come to put decks together. Okay, the next oracle that I want to work with during the autumn season that's out on the trolley from that sort out is the Vessel Oracle. Look at this box, isn't it gorgeous? The first deck that I thought worked really well with it is Mountain Dream Tarot. So we've got backs that look like this. This is a photography deck. I don't know whether it's the pink hue on it. There was something that I just found really endearing when I started playing with the pairs. This has got like a pink colour wash on a lot of the cards, so I think that's a big part of it. It just works, it really does. It's a really interesting combination, one that didn't immediately jump out at me until I sat playing with them. So it's just always really nice, I think, to sometimes just sit on the floor and get the decks out that you're thinking you might want to work with for that season, and just say choosing a tarot or choosing an oracle and just trying it with different decks. And that's what I've done today, and I've had just so much fun. Look at this, I think those look brilliant together. So another tarot, as well as the Mountain Dream Tarot, that I thought might work nicely with the Vessel is this one. This is Christoph James's Raincoast Pocket Tarot. So we've got much busier artwork in the tarot, but there is just something about the two of them that works. I think if you reduced this style of artwork down to its outline, there is a similarity in use of line. I mean, it almost, like this tree here looks a little bit like the shape of the Hermit there. There's just something in these two that works. Synchronicities again, yeah, these two are interesting, I think, really, really interesting. Fantastic. Trust and the Six of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, trusting fate, absolutely brilliant. And the Emperor with support and the Two of Candles, absolutely wonderful. Forgive with the Star, Power with the Knight of Swords and the Lovers. Oh my goodness me, for my own personal meanings around these, that's just very, very telling. And look at the mouth here with the mouth down here on the High Priestess. Loads and loads of synchronicity. Love with the Empress. Wonderful. Last deck that I want to try with the Vessel is one of my Halloweeny decks, the Shadowland Tarot, which I had never finished filing off the gilding. But again, although it's quite different, there is something rebellious about the line work in both of Christoph James's artwork and this deck that kind of matches the doodle aspect of the vessel. I love them. I love these two together. There's something about these two together that I think is really going to work. And you've got the Page of Pentacles holding his lantern with light. All the hands up mirror the candles here. It gets better with the Three of Swords and all of like the legs coming off this with the octopus here. There's a mirroring of shape there, and the Five of Swords with anxiety is connect with the best Three of Cups ever. This Three of Cups is my all-time favourite. I just love it. So that's the Shadowland with the Vessel as well. Some nice combos there for the Vessel Oracle. Okay, the next Oracle that I paired was Outgrow Yourself, which is Oracle or a Tarot. It can be either. This is the Outgrow Yourself paired with the Anna Kay, and look at these two together. Now this did take me by surprise, but once I trialed it, that was it. I was completely sold. I mean, look at the pink faces here and the little pink babies there. There is something about the oddness of the figure. Again, the colour palette, look, you've got that yellow in there, which is just completely perfect. You've got these strange looking characters. Oh, I just think it's just a perfect combination. Look at all the wild plants, and you've got plants in the Anna Kay as well with the scenes. You've got flames and zigzags and flame flowers, but you've also got the circles mirrored from the windows here in the flowers. So again, you've got those synchronicities happening. This figure here almost looks like this figure here, and like the staring up with the staring up here. That's what I would pull my messages from. Oh my gosh, look at this strength with the Wheel of Fortune here. I think this is a really powerful combination. What do you all think? Do you like this combination? I am seriously excited to work with this one. I think this is awesome. There's something about like the black borders and the amount of black in here, so there's a nice balance of that darkness against all of these really bright tone colours, the strange figures. Like I say, I think it's just a perfect combination. Look at these flames mirrored in those flowers there, mirrored in the sleeves here as well. Completely love it. Two figures here, two figures here with the devil in the corner, and these flames here and the arch mirrored in there. Loads and loads of synchronicities. But that's not the only deck that I wanted to pair with Outgrow Yourself. So the Anna Kay is an absolute definite, but also I wanted to trial it with another deck that's got a lot of black space on it. This is the Tarot of the Crone. Yeah, again, the black space is pulling it all in to make it really cohesive. Look, you've got containers here, the walls, the cauldron, the cages. That's what I would be taking from that one. Look at the colours there, the colours of the flowers here with the figures here, another figure branching out there as well, and the red here mirrored with the red there and the flames. I love this. I really do love these two together. So that's another great one to have a go with Outgrow Yourself, the Tarot of the Crone. Right, this next little batch is to pair with the Earthbound Oracle. So of course the first tarot that I found that might pair nicely with this one is the one by the same creator, the Wooden Tarot. These, I think, they do read really lovely together. Of course the art style's similar because it's by the same creator. I love both of these. I think they're so brilliantly done, and they do work really nicely together. So that's the Wooden Tarot with the Earthbound Oracle. Of course that's going to work really well, but a surprise one that I put with it is this Lord of the Rings. This is the Titan Books Lord of the Rings. Beautifully rich, chunky, warm pips, but I thought the simplicity of the pips would go really nicely with the simplicity of the Earthbound Oracle, and of course the colour palette. I mean, look at this. How completely perfect is this together? I mean, look at the line work at the back, just so brilliant together. Oh my gosh, I mean, look at that, so nice together. It really is. So you can see the majors are this style, whereas with the minors you've got this style, but I think both go incredibly well together. So really pleased to trial those two together. I think they're going to be lovely. And then lastly, with the Earthbound Oracle, I thought I'd try it with the Dark Grimoire Tarot. It is exactly what it says on the tin. It is very dark, but I think that with the colour palette is very interesting. It's a really interesting combination. I love the fish coming out the water here and the woman coming out of the water. That's fabulous. Yeah, really interesting again. Quite dark. Well, more than quite dark. Very dark. Oh wow, look at this. I love it. Just really interesting to see these two decks together. And the simplicity, I think, of the Earthbound goes nicely with the kind of full-on aspect of the Dark Grimoire Tarot. Yeah, look at this. Amazing. Love it. Absolutely love it. So that's another interesting combination, I think, to try. And then we've got a tarot deck that I really wanted to find some pairs for. Bess Seelanen's Raveness Drakon Tarot. I thought I would give it a go with Into the Lonely Woods. They're both quite story heavy, these two decks, but I just thought that they might work nicely for that. It's very much like a story telling vibe about both. There is like a scene and a narrative to explore between the two, and I thought that kind of storybook artwork as well might work nicely together, and I think that really does. I think that narrative of wanting to work out what the story is that we're looking at could really work with these two. Yeah, this will be interesting. This is either going to fall flat on its nose or it's going to be absolutely fantastic as a pairing. We'll have to wait and see and give it a go, and we can see. So I thought I would trial those two together. The other oracle that I thought might work nicely with the Ravenous Drakon is this Chris Ann oracle, which is Sacred Creators. Now this is the indie version I've got, but of course it is in a mass market version as well. Bess Seelanen's deck is mass market too. Just liked the colour palette of these two. I thought, again, because it's kind of a storytelling deck, the narrative and the use of text in this deck might work nicely. And look at the colours. I think the colours are really perfect. The Ravenous Drakon Tarot has got a very particular kind of colour palette. It's not muted, it's not bright, it's almost like smoky, And I think the colour palette of the Sacred Creators is just literally perfect for these kind of smoky, autumny hues. Just a perfect combination. I think they're going to read lovely as well together. So I'm really excited to have found this pairing. I mean, look at that, it's amazing. This tarot deck, the Deviant Moon Tarot, I think it was Tony, was it you, that in one of my last videos, she said, where is the Deviant Moon? I think it was Tony that said it, and I was literally lying in bed replying to comments, and I just stopped short and thought, actually, where is the Deviant Moon? And I spent half an hour, I actually got out of bed to go in search of it, because I thought, I haven't seen that for ages, and it had fallen down the back of a stack of tarot decks in the cupboard into a shadowy corner, and I couldn't see it, so I was really relieved to find it. So I wanted to try pairing this one, Oracle of the Shapeshifter. So you've got these backs, the backs don't necessarily match, but look at the colours on the front. I think those look great together. You've got really rich, vibrant hues in these two. Both are very, very apt for this season. Look at this. I love these two together. Oh, I love it. Really love it. So this I'm really excited to work with. Look at this face here with the hang down, with this bull with the horn there, and what looks like horns over here. Again, you've got synchronicities to look for, which is just perfect. Oh, I love it. You've got the pond here with a frozen pond here, and are these lilies growing from like a non-existent pond there? Looks like it to me. Phoenix with the creativity there. Yeah, I'm really excited to work with both of these. I mean, you've got the shoreline here with a mermaid here, which just is exciting. That it makes you enter the scene. This, I find this card really, really emotive, with little brother, little sister. It looks like somebody's little brother that you just want to give a hug to. And here you've got the idea of like this sort of fruit house, and the apple here, and a pod here with possible apple trees there. Like, I'm seeing so many things you could use to read here. And look, this kind of scarab type apron with this scarab beetle here, and like this scarab back of armor there. Brilliant, just so fantastic. And look, horns and horns, and look, horns here. I love it. But I've also got this one out, the Angelarium. I thought this one might work with the Deviant Moon as well, for obvious reasons. You've got like these kind of demonic figures in this oracle. Look at this, straight away you can see why I pulled these two out to work together. You've got all of the fingers and the hands here with the wings there that kind of mirror each other, which I love. Oh yeah, I think these two are going to be really interesting as well. I love the art style together. The richness of the colours in both work for me. Look, you've got like the shield and the silver here mirrored in that little bit there, which is wonderful. And almost like a moon head here to mirror that. The sun, just really fantastic synchronicities. The idea of the moth and the moth here with the branches, and the branches hidden underneath here. Are the children here representing branches? Who knows? Who knows? I love it. And look, the segmented of the swords with the lines going through here. Just amazing, incredible synchronicities. I love it. Those are just a few of my autumn deck pairings. I do have more, but my phone battery is about to run out, so I could do part 2 if you are interested of the rest of the deck pairings, but for now I'm going to stop there. I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I'll see you next time. Comment below if you want part 2. Bye.